Hands on outer hips. I'm going to let one knee bend, right? A little adjustment in my spine. Other knee bend. Right, so my weight stays over, so I'm not shifting to the side, but I'm letting the knee just bend, right? So the pelvis will tip. The knee that's bending, that side will tip down. Right, I'm feeling a little outer hips, a little groin, a little lower spine. Just noticing what you notice. Any grabs or pulls. Good, and pause. And then ribs staying somewhat neutral, my pelvis turning to one side. So sometimes I use my hands just to remind my body. Turning to one side and the other side. And I definitely feel my, especially my muscles on the either side of my spine. Right, a little crankier on one side or grippier. Feeling the movement through the belly more on one side. Good. And center. And again, I like to use one hand on the back, one hand on the front, tipping the pelvis forward. All right, so sitting bones lift, belly falls forward, and then the opposite, sitting bones drop, belly lifts. Good, cat, cow. And bilateral movement. Good, and then slower and slower until you feel somewhat balanced. There's length in the back, there's lift in the belly, but notice your pattern, right? Do you tend to fall forward? Do you tend to pull back? And find some ease. Good. Ribs. So my head is going to stay somewhat vertical as my ribs tip to one side and then tip to the other side. Ooh, very sticky on one side. And no need to push into the end range. It's really just creating movement through the bones, through the tissues, kind of untangling patterns or dense tissues. Also feeling it through the neck as my head stays more vertical. Good, and center. Good, again, pelvis is now going to stay static and the ribs are going to turn. Head is still neutral. So again, you can use your hands as your ribs turn around the pelvis, around the head. Easier to turn to one side or the other. Good. Just noticing the movement, noticing sensation, breath. Good. And center, again, one hand on front, one hand on back. Ribs moving forward and down. And ribs moving back and down. Little, call it an anterior tilt and posterior tilt. Dip in the front, dip in the back. Good. And then again, making it smaller and smaller until it feels very relational to the pelvis. There's a meeting of the ribs and the pelvis. Good. Head tipping one side, other side. You can even move your shoulders around a little as you do it, if that feels necessary. or slow it down, so there's a little bit of time in the stretch. One more breath. Good, and then head neutral and turning, rotating one side, other side. Again, go slower. Sometimes that just allows the tissue to, right, when we go fast, the tissue will engage more. So if we're trying to unwind things, it just helps to slow down. Good, and center, and let's tip the head forward. We could pause here. And then keeping the chin slightly tucked as you bring the head back up, and then letting the chin lift. Forward and chin dropping. And head forward and chin lifting. Good. And slower and slower, just so you have that sense of the shortening in the back of the neck, the lengthening. Good, and pause.